everyone. Not so much energy like earlier, huh?
It does happen.
3 takes. First take didn't go so well. Second one, audio it froze. It froze. And but you know what? We're just gonna keep it up. We're just gonna do our best. Thank you so much for joining the podcast. Episode 5 reshoot. Third take. But yes, of course, it's with me and my good friend Gabriel Silva. Let everyone know about yourself.
Yes. Hopefully, third time's the charm. This works this time.
Hopefully.
Let's pray. But yes, my name is Gabe Silva. I live in Robbinsville. I go to Mercer County Community College. My major is architecture. And growing up, I've had soccer be a heavy influence on my life. With my Brazilian background, it has inspired me to not only follow up but also continue to pursue my interest in soccer. My favorite team, as you can see, is Liverpool, and I'm looking forward to our podcast today.
Thank you so much for joining. So, a quick and hilarious story about what happened when we did episode 5 the first time. Long story short, 48 minutes of recording was worth nothing. There was camera footage of us, but no audio. No audio. It sucked. It really did. And this happened on Tuesday. So we decided to do the reshoot today, and everything was starting to go well until we hear this buzzing sound. And all of a sudden I get my professor. And this happened on the previous live. We find out that the soundboard froze. And then, okay, I was like, okay, we fixed it. We tested it all again. It still froze. And now the third take, it's, Lord have mercy. This is just so much. But yeah,
Can't catch a break.
we can't catch a break with this. But thank the Lord, it's working. Everything is perfect. Let's get this all started. So, now that we are through with that, Champions League quarterfinal results, just like we spoke about earlier, PSG comeback against Barcelona in controversial fashion. And actually, one teammate blames another for their loss. So let's talk about that.
Yes. So, and I'm sure that the one who was blamed for was Ronald Araujo after getting a red card. I think it was Gundogan who called him out on it. And it was an unnecessary challenge. You know, Barcelona were already a goal up. He did not need to concede that tackle, and it was outside of the box. It could have been a penalty if it was anywhere close, but the player was in on goal, so automatically a red card is deserved in that scenario.
I mean, when you're playing in a match of this kind of magnitude, there's no room or any time for errors such as this. I mean, probably in his point of view, it was a common mistake, but what's done was done. And, he shouldn't have done that anyways, but for Gundogan to just call him out in public like that, I mean, don't you think that was a bit too much or too far? I mean, I wouldn't be. That just doesn't sit right with me. Okay, you could have just called him out in the locker room. Why call him out in public with everyone to see, and the tabloids, the pundits talking about this? Like, why? That just does not sit right with
me. Yeah, because at the end of the day, it was a team effort. In order to accomplish their second leg finish. Unfortunately, they could not do that. You just got to hand it to players like Mbappe, man. They're putting up all these impressive stats and numbers across Europe. Could you really blame PSG, not PSG, but Barcelona for faltering short? It does happen in the sport, and it has happened multiple times. And since our last recording, I noticed that I got all 4, not 2, not 3, 4 predictions wrong for these Champions League games. And I'm like, okay, wow, like my luck isn't there. Like, okay,
dude, I didn't make. I said that one team would win on penalties. I said one team would win on penalties, but I did not say Real Madrid would win on penalties. I said Manchester City would win on penalties. And you know what? Thank God I was wrong.
Yeah, thankfully you were wrong.
God I was wrong, because I'm just going to be like, dang, I made a great prediction, but at what cost?
Yeah.
And this was 2 hours ago. Just now, this posted that Araujo literally hit back at Gundogan for calling him out on his red card. This man literally, he said, I prefer to keep what I think to myself. I had codes and values that must be respected. And he was asked whether he felt Gundogan had gone against his codes and values. He bluntly added, I have already answered that question. So pretty much you can pretty much say that. He said he didn't feel responsible for Barcelona's defeat. It conditions the game, especially when your team is left with 10 men. But there are many things in the context of the game besides that expulsion. I'm really grateful for those who shouted my name when they sent me off. The fans have really supported me. So I guess that the fans are in support of him, despite the fact that he literally costed them. But it's just a game overall. But PSG come back and they win. And Barcelona's out. So that's it for them. Dortmund beats Atletico Madrid by 1 goal on aggregate. Oh, man, I really didn't think that they win. Both of us got that wrong. None of us thought that they would win. Neither of us. And all of a sudden, Dortmund goes through. Like,
honestly,
I gotta clap it up for that. We have to. Like, this is just. I have no words, man.
Glory to the Bumblebees, man. Honestly, this was the tie that I thought was like the least matchable between the two. You have like City and Real, they're like neck and neck. I'd say even PSG and Barcelona are also neck and neck, but this was the game where I thought okay, Atletico have more Champions League experience than Dortmund. They know how to capitalize in these kind of games. So to see Dortmund pull that comeback off like that with players like Marcel Sabitzer stepping up to the plate, scoring goals, you just think to yourself, wow, honestly, this is why we love the game of football, because, it often becomes unpredictable in scenarios like this, and it creates, questions, and it also creates a foundation for this, something enjoyable, something that isn't, one-sided all the time. So it's nice to see it from that perspective.
And it's really cool is the fact that what's even cool is that Sabitzer was playing in the Europa League with Manchester United before, and now he's in the semifinals. Like, to me, that's just an impressive way to go. Like, I don't know if he's on loan or anything, but even if he actually is signed, then again, I probably might have not paid much attention. But you know what? For him, yeah. I really love this. I really love this for Sabitzer. He was on loan to United from Bayern, then left Bayern, then played for Borussia Dortmund, and now is in the semifinal. It's wonderful. Congratulations to him. Of course, congratulations to Fulkrug, Brandt, Madsen, as well as Sabitzer himself. That's great. Congratulations to Atletico Madrid. Great job for them making it this far, but one team has to win. So let's get back here. The Gunners of Arsenal Football Club miss out the Champions League semis due to a 63rd minute goal by Joshua Kimmich, which sends the Bavarian Giants back to the semifinals again in 4 years. What do you think about that? Well, first off, let's say that they were facing Arsenal. It was pretty much a tiny bit that they would win. It's Bayern Munich. But at the same time, you're talking about a team that is in England that has been trying so hard to get back to where they are. And they're a very good team. It's to me, it's like one team has gotten the better of the other. And I feel like that was the case with Bayern beating Arsenal. What, pray tell, in your eyes, what do you think of this?
Honestly, for me, this all comes down to previous Champions League game biases. Just knowing the history between Bayern and Arsenal, it has been very one-sided in the likes of Bayern, only because they're such a dominant European club. It honestly was a little unfortunate to not be able to see more from Arsenal. You know, this is why you can't bet on Arsenal, guys. Like, honestly, after Kimmich got that header in the 63rd minute, I would think that Arsenal would at least step up. And they really only had good chances on goal towards the end of the game, around the 87th minute. So Arsenal, when it comes to, performing in the big games, they fall short, mainly due to either expectations of this team and how they're doing in the Premier League. Because they're honestly, I think, on track to be the top 4 teams in England. Seeing how much they've improved under Mikel Arteta has been very impressive. And I am not an Arsenal fan. I don't support Arsenal at all, but seeing their come up is really cool. And we'll see. Maybe next Champions League they can go even further. But congrats to Bayern. I'm not sure they'll make it past Real Madrid, but just imagine an all German final. Oh my goodness.
Mm.
Just imagine.
Borussia versus Dortmund. That is a dream. That is just wonderful. That is a dream right there. Now we already spoke about Real Madrid versus City, but let's talk about a little bit of it. Antonio Rudiger sends them to the final with this last penalty kick. This is just great right here. This is great. And I'm just wondering, like, what comes next for Real Madrid? Better yet, what comes next for City now that they're out of the Champions League? Well, first, actually, let's give Pep Guardiola his due diligence. He did say that he has no regrets about all of this. You know, he's won the treble. I mean, he's done it before with Barcelona, and he just did it with City. I think this is pretty much the end of it now for both Pep and City when it comes to the Champions League. But of course, they'll dominate more. They'll do even more greater things as a club. What do you think about all this, and where do you think this will lead?
Yeah, so while I highly detest a game to be decided on penalties, this was probably one of the most entertaining penalty shootouts because not only did Lunin perform above our expectations, but they ended up going to the end. You even had Ederson score a freaking penalty. But the way that it was sent off by Rudiger, because I know he had made mistakes early in the game. He had chances on goal that he fell short of. But for it to come full circle and for them to progress to the semifinals, I'll give credit to Ancelotti and his team. Like, Real Madrid are such an interesting European team. You know, they have youth as well as mature players that just completely balance the squad. And honestly, that was probably their most difficult game of the Champions League. I could see them going all the way. We all know Real Madrid are like this is their competition. This is what they do best at. So
always they have numerous Champions League titles to their name. Like they have been one of the greatest clubs in Europe, if not the greatest club in Europe since the beginning. And this is coming from a supporter, of course, both of us supporters of six-time Champions League winners Liverpool Football Club. But yeah, like since the Champions League began, this was all for Madrid, all for Real Madrid. And like you said, this is their competition. What I have just said proved all of that. 13, probably more, I believe. But yeah, I mean, I'm just so glad now that my prediction was wrong.
yeah,
I'm
oh
so
my gosh,
glad
I'm so glad.
cuz had City go through, we'd be like, we made it right, but at what cost?
At
At
what
what
cost?
cost?
Exactly, yeah.
But you know what? Yeah. So we're here. We spoken all of that quarterfinal prediction. So as of right now, I don't. The game has already started for Lille versus Aston Villa, and Lille just scored.
Lille just scored. Oh
Lille
wow.
just scored against Villa.
Insane.
What? Okay, so just one thing. What score do you think this will end?
This is actually a very good point because I don't know how Aston Villa are in terms of comebacks. I know that they've had teams come back against them in big games. Now in terms of how I see this coming out, just knowing how teams are now and how unpredictable it is, I could see Aston Villa. They could either come back insane. They could either score like 3 goals out of the blue and just like the game will be 3-1 or Villa.
Oh, Villa.
Yeah, but honestly, because this is like not really the specific competition that they're in, it's more of like the pressure. So what I'm predicting is both teams will have conceded a goal, and then they're probably going to go into overtime. I think Lille is going to pull an upset, and it'll end up 2-1.
To be honest, my prediction, I would say that Lille could hold on to a goal, which is currently happening right now. It's currently the 30th minute. Both teams are 2-2 on aggregate from the first leg. But I'd say Villa could at least come back 2-1, 2-1, 3-1. Same prediction as yours. You said 3-1, right?
2-1.
Oh, 2-1, yeah, so pretty much. But I'd say they could come back with 3. I believe that they will come back with just one goal more to take the second leg away and to head over to the semis of the Europa League. Now, actually, you know what? No, let's leave that one for last. Roma versus AC Milan. What? Who do you think will win this match? Plus, actually, no, that's another topic. Who do you think will win between AC Milan versus Roma? An all Italian quarterfinal.
Ooh, that's very interesting. You know, it's because I haven't really looked into the Europa League as of recently. But looking at the stats right now, I know that Roma are ahead on aggregate. Now, they have proven goal scorers like Lukaku and Dybala. So whereas AC Milan do have some good players, some of them are out of their prime, some of them are getting into their prime, such as Giroud. He's leading the front line, I'm assuming, for this game.
Giroud is a fantastic player.
You have great talents like Pulisic and Leon who could step up to the plate. But I imagine that when all is said and done, Roma already have that advantage. So my assumption is that either it'll be a goalless game or Roma will just have a goal out of the dirt. So what I'm ultimately gonna go for is Roma are just gonna win this game 1-0. I can't really see AC Milan coming back. If they do, credit to them, but I I see this going Roma's way.
A part of me actually start. A part of me wants to disagree Because when you're looking at players like Christian Pulisic and Theo Hernandez, Mike Maignan, Rafael Leao, as well as Olivier Giroud and Ruben Loftus-Cheek, I just think that I don't know. I just see them going through. I just see Milan going through. Now, not to underestimate Roma. I mean, they have great players. I mean, of course, El Shawari, Mancini, Paredes, and Lukaku. But part of me is just saying I think it's AC Milan. I don't know if it's just bias, but a part of me just feels that way. But overall, I think it could be just a 1-goal game. I think it'll be a 1-goal game.
I'll give Milan the benefit of the doubt. If they start off the game well, if they get just 1 goal, I think they'll win. Just because looking at I mean, you can't only include this as a factor, but looking at the goalkeepers from both sides, Mike Maignan, he's like an insane goalkeeper. You know, he can defend on all fronts. Whereas Roma have Miles VR. He's a very young player, but he's finding his place in the football world. But if Milan get a good start to the game, I'll give it to them. I think they'll win. But like I said, you never know in these type of games. So I'm gonna stick to my prediction because I don't like second guessing myself.
All right, then the second to last game, West Ham United versus Bayer Leverkusen. Now, this is one of the most interesting matches. I firmly believe that Bayer Leverkusen will win because keep in mind, Hradecki, Tapsoba, Boniface, Frimpong, and Florian Wirtz. Whereas West Ham have Kudus, Cresswell, Alvarez, Kufal, Fabianski, Suchek, and Jared Bowen, as well as James Ward-Prowse. And Kurt Zuma as well. What I would, especially with Bayer Leverkusen just winning the league and the celebrations as well, I think it gave them a huge morale boost. It gave them such a shot in the arm to the point where, like, hey, we just beat Bayern Munich and ended their reign of their reign of terror on the Bundesliga, winning the titles for 11 years. We just ended that. For the first time in our 120-year history, we've won a trophy in our club. We've done that. We achieved that. If we just beat one of the biggest clubs in the world and the biggest club in Germany, what can't we do against one of England's finest clubs? Like, this is a big opportunity for Xabi Alonso so that not only him and his players, they can all show the world what they can truly do in European competition. Whereas David Moyes and of course the Hammers, they have won trophies in Europe. They won the Conference League, I believe. It was the Conference League. And they've done it all before. I could tell that this will be a huge dogfight. But I see Bayer Leverkusen getting out of there slightly.
Yes. So I'd say for my prediction, let's face the facts here. On aggregate, Bayer Leverkusen are ahead by 2 goals. Now, I think the best case scenario for West Ham, if they were to get a good start, but the most I could see them scoring is like 2 goals, but Bayer Leverkusen will still manage to get a goal. So 2-1 to West Ham, that's like the biggest benefit I can give to them. But from what I've seen Leverkusen doing and from their win in the Bundesliga, their title win, that's going to give them the confidence boost, like you said. So I think that it'll be like you said, a dogfight. It will probably go down to a tie. I can imagine the game will probably be 1-1, And then Bayer Leverkusen will probably either pull an upset by scoring at the last minute, or West Ham could score a goal. But it won't even matter for West Ham because Bayer Leverkusen are ahead. So I'll say, you know what? I'll just say 1-1.
1-1? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so if that's the case, if it's 1-1, then Bayer Leverkusen wins 3-1 on aggregate, if you think about it. Because that's pretty much what's going to be if it actually does happen. But I'd say at least 2-1 against West Ham. The last match, our club. These are the questions, right? Could the boys in red pull off a comeback on Italian soil despite being 3-0 down, or did Atalanta already get the better of them?
Now, I'm going to give full credit to Gianluca Scamacca because that kid, oh my gosh, he made us look so bad that day.
Oh my gosh.
He made us look horrible.
Oh.
And just knowing how that game went and knowing Liverpool's current injury letdowns, we have some players like Connor Bradley, Joel Matip, Thiago, who's always injured. But sadly. But yeah, for these type of games, we know that Liverpool have pulled massive comebacks in the past, such as teams against Barcelona, Roma, or actually, no, let's forget about that. But what I'm thinking is, unfortunately, and I'm hoping that I'm wrong, but in the sake of predictions, I'm going to say Liverpool are going to get those 3 goals. And whether it's in overtime or in regular time, Gianluca is going to pull an upset and score that 1 goal.
Don't you wish that on us, Gabe?
I don't wish. It's just my prediction, bro.
Oh, man.
It's a sad prediction, but, like, I don't know. I can't see it, man. Like, it really is unfortunate, you know. We thought we'd go to Dublin and be able to compete for that Europa League final.
I still believe.
That'd be such a beautiful thing. I have faith, too. It's just that I can't be biased, you know? Like,
I know.
I can't be biased, bro.
I know.
I'm praying that I'm wrong.
I'm biased, but I can't be.
Wrong.
Yeah. Let's just keep our fingers crossed that you're wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I got all 4 predictions wrong last time. Who knows? Who knows?
But
with my luck.
For me, Liverpool fans have already been rattled by the past 2 matches, because our recent loss in the Premier League and what happened against Atalanta pretty much lowered the fans' beliefs to the point where I'm literally looking on Instagram and I'm seeing fans like just, I don't know, maybe we're starting to see fake fans show their true colors. Because when there was a Premier League game this weekend, and of course we were paying, the players were paying homage to the 97 people who passed during the Hillsborough disaster in 1989. Rest in peace to those who have lost those loved ones during that time. I mean, rest in peace to the ones who are lost, and of course, much love to all those who have lost those people. I'm sorry if I said something accidentally wrong. And all of a sudden, I'm seeing people on Instagram comments saying, "Oh, we don't care. Score games. Oh, this team's not serious enough. We don't care. Da 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 da." Really? Like, and then I see they're training to go away to Italy for this match that's happening at 3:00. People are complaining about players smiling, and I'm like, have we really gotten this crazy as a club, as fans and supporters of the club? Have we gone this low to where I don't know. But my prediction, I'd say Liverpool shuts out. That was weird.
Yeah.
My prediction, Liverpool shuts all those doubters up. All those who have been doubting, who have been talking a lot of trash. You're getting proven wrong. The ones who have supported this club with all faith are going to be the ones celebrating. Those ones who have been talking trash the past weekend and the past several days, just watch. Liverpool's coming back. The same way they did against Inter Milan 1 or 2 seasons ago, I believe, is the same way that they're going to do it today. That's my prediction. Liverpool wins. The score, I don't know. I have my father's intuition. I'd say 3-1. Oh, wait, no, I can't say 3-1.
That was my prediction.
3-3. I'd say 3 goals. I'd say we come back 3 goals, but imagine if we come back with 4. That would have been beautiful. Imagine if Liverpool came back with 4. That would have been great.
That's like a Barcelona level comeback right there. Oh my goodness.
Remontada. La remontada. All right. Now, another topic. The second to last topic. The 2025 FIFA Club World Cup set in the USA has been officially set. All the teams are set. Of course, I have to check this out. Do you see any of the teams that are in? So we've gotten it. So it's gonna happen on June 15th, which is a special day for me. To July 13th of 2025. So of course, these are the clubs that have made it in. I'm just so. First off, while we look for this, what do you think about this? Where do you think this is gonna go?
Yes. So for a second, I thought you were referring to the 2026, but you're referring to the 2025 Club World Cup, and I'm looking at some of the teams that have qualified. Some of those which include teams from Brazil, Saudi Arabia, Mexico, Egypt, Germany, England. I don't know if I said England. Even teams from Japan or Morocco. Some of these teams include Benfica, Real Madrid, PSG, Man City, Palmeiras, which is really cool, Flamengo, Fluminense, Inter Milan, Bayern Munich, Chelsea. Now, this honestly is a very interesting and diverse tournament for many reasons. One, it's inviting a lot of teams who have succeeded in the Club World Cup in the past. Unfortunately, I don't see Liverpool on here. But
sadly,
it is what it is. At the end of the day, I'm just looking forward to all these teams who will be performing at their best. And I know that you could be biased and say, oh, obviously an English team's probably going to win it. But who knows? Like, it's a very diverse competition with a lot of different teams. It'd be cool to have like an underdog victory. Say like a team from Japan wins, like the Urawa Diamonds or something.
Urawa Diamonds. Also Africa. Yo, not gonna lie, for the sake of it being fun, I would love to see a club from Ghana go to the FIFA Club World Cup. Hearts of Oak from Ghana, from the Ghanaian Premier League, I think. But. Yeah, I'm very interested in that. 2025 from June 15th to July 13th of 2025 in the United States. I would not be surprised if the Club World Cup final takes place in MetLife.
That would be really
That would be amazing to see that happen in MetLife. That would be great.
I'm stacking my bread now just so I can afford that game.
Everyone's saving up their money for the World Cup, especially
the World Cup.
I don't know about the Club World Cup, but hey, you never know. Someone will show up for that. Well, a lot of people are going to show up for that. Hundreds of people all over the world are going to be traveling all the way here just to see their favorite club and their favorite team go for a Club World Cup. That'll be great. And that's all that we have for this topic. for the last final topic. Before we were recording, we spoke about this earlier. Vasco da Gama, PSV, Barcelona, Flamengo, Valencia, Fluminense, America, and Brazil World Cup 1994 World Cup winning legend. And also 94 FIFA Player of the Year. And the man who scored 1,000 goals. O baixinho, Romario. To come out of retirement and has re-registered himself as a player at age 58 years old. 58. To play alongside his 30-year-old son, Romario. I just got one question for you. Will this comeback be a success or a complete failure?
Now, first thing I want to say is, bro thinks he's LeBron. Oh my goodness. But yeah, honestly, yeah, seeing someone up there at the age of Romario playing for a team like playing in the second division of Brazil with his son, that in itself, I would say, is the most wholesome aspect. Just trying to like reunite the man to the sport. He hasn't played in a minute, and I'll put it this way. It's almost like if in 10 years, me and my dad were to play semi-professional or something like that. And while my dad, he's still like in pretty good shape at 48, there's a big difference between that and someone who's, say, 58. Bro is pushing 60.
He's pushing 60.
And he's now...
Oh, wait, no.
Will he get regular playing time? Absolutely not. I could see him as a rotation player. He could probably, if he still has that dog in him, can show up in crucial moments that they need to perform. But just the fact that he gets to play with his son, like, that's a dream come true for a lot of football players.
Yeah. I think I probably got that wrong. 1,000 goals. It says 700.
Oh, you're good.
I'm close anyways. I really don't know what to say. I wanted to tell my dad this to see what he'd say.
I wanted to tell my dad too.
Like, the fact that this man literally is going out of his way, out of his political career, to come back to the profession that made him who he is. And the fact that age 58 to play on a football pitch again, because I've seen like little videos of him playing futsal and all that stuff, like just being a complete baller even off the pitch. And now he's going back on the pitch, putting on the America colors again. What? We get the chance to see a legend play in our lifetime. Like, one day we're going to tell our grandchildren that I watched Romario play. I watched a legend play. But to be honest and very real, he's a prolific striker, and he is a great clinical finisher. But will that factor play once he comes back on the pitch again at 58 years old? Because it's not like he's 25 years old again. It's not like he's 38. He's been out of the game for 15 years. For 15 years. And I don't know what's going to happen. Am I excited to see this? Yes. But am I expecting much? No. He's 58, but then again, I could be proven wrong. Like, the guy could still have it.
He could still have it in him. Like you said, it's been, 14 years since he played? The last time he was at America RJ, he only had one appearance for the club. Now I don't know if that's because he had planned on moving on to other things, like you said, focusing on his political presence. Um, at the end of the day, like we said, he is 58. I think just the fact that this can just happen in these circumstances, like I just think that in itself is like really cool. It's really nice to see a legend come back to the game. But like we said, he probably won't perform or play in too many games. Um, could he have an impact on the team off the pitch? Probably. He could probably boost club morale, and I think this move for the team itself is it seems like ideal, like it might not transition onto the pitch, but at least we have, you know, a club legend playing alongside his son. That is very wholesome.
Yeah, that is just cool. Did you know that he played in the USA?
Oh,
He
really?
played for FC Miami, which was the Fort Lauderdale Strikers in 2006.
Oh, wow. No way.
He was in Vasco, then he got transferred for $200,000. Well, 200,000 euros, actually. And then came back to Vasco. Then later on, maybe 2 or 3 months later, he went to Australia to play. And then after that, he took a career break when he came back to Vasco. Then had a career break. Then played for America, like you said, one appearance, and now. And on January 1st, he retired in 2010. And now he's back. I cannot believe this. I have no words because when I found this out yesterday, and I'm like, is this actually happening right now? Is this real? Are we living in a simulation? Because that's the only thing that came in my mind. Are we living in a simulation? Because this cannot be real. One of the greatest players in the late 20th century. One of the greatest players in Brazilian history. Besides Pelé, besides Ronaldo, besides Neymar. Romario, oh my gosh. To be honest, all I could say is good luck. Good luck to Romario. Good luck to his son. Good luck to the club. We're looking forward to see many. Hopefully, I mean, then again, we don't expect much. But if there are any great highlights, we're looking forward to that. That's pretty much all that we have for today. Thank you guys so much for watching this super long video that we made. But it's our first time doing it in this setting. We'll get used to it more. Hopefully, we'll get to like more faster timing. But thank you guys so much. This is myself, Tyrese Pierre, of course, my great friend Gabe Silva. And have a great day.
Peace out, guys.